Hello everyone, this is Jim Socks in my first recording. I'm going to show you guys a little bit of information on how to run a Terrapin. As you all know by now, it is my favorite ship, so let us get started. A Terrapin is a very crafty ship, okay? It's going to have a very specific role in the universe. There's no other ship designed like this ship. It is specifically designed to gather information. There are other ships that can kind of do the job, like an Aquila, maybe a tracker, possibly a ghost if you switch a tracker with the ghost and make it a little less stealthy and a little more capable with a comms array. But this is a very specific ship with a very specific purpose in mind. You'll have to forgive my loading screen. It takes me a little bit to get things loaded with this laptop. So what makes the Terrapin different than any other ship? One, if you run shields, it's because you've been caught. Basically, don't run weapons, don't run shields. Keep it quiet. You don't want to be seen. And shields and weapons increase your EM and IR signatures, making you more easily detectable. That is why this particular ship is extremely well heavily armored and is particularly made to suppress IR signatures. So the armor plates move around, and when the armor plates move around, it takes some of your IR signature and hides it from enemy scanners. Generally, I have been able to push out maybe 500 EM and maybe 150 IR in this ship on max. I wish I could get it down to 0. I would love it, because then I know that I'm not putting out any signal at all, and I can go about where I please. So what I'd like to do is, this ship, I don't care about its weapons. It's got 2 size 2 cannons in the nose, basically worthless. They're not going to do a lot of damage. It's not an offensive weapon. I would probably want to try to put 2 sucker punch style cannons on there to disable a ship that's chasing me so I can get away. But most of the time, I don't want to engage in combat with the ship. If you're trying to fight in this ship, you're really wasting all of its resources, because it's better used in silently gathering information and avoiding combat. And that's my Space Marshal outfit. Hoorah! I'm really glad to have that. That's pretty badass. Let's just say I really wanted this Terrapin to fly. So I invested in the game. Alright, we're moving on. Alright, here's a list of my basic ships. I have a Reclaimer, 3 Retaliators at this time, a Gladiator as a loner, a Hornet F7C as a loner, a Super Hornet as a loner, my Black as a loner, I've got some buggies we could drive around in. That's kind of fun. I have the P-52 Merlin for my Andromeda and my Yakilas. I have a Freelancer Loner for my Freelancer Durs. I've got the Gemini, some 315Ps. There's my constellations. I've got the Ursa rover. So eventually we can put the Ursa rover in the Gemini and have some fun there. It's all up to us what we want to do here. I'm here for the thing, but let's do this Terrapin thing, okay? That's what I'm learning yet today.
Your ship has been delivered to the following landing pad.
Alright, Delta 07, roger, coming to you. Alright, let's see, Delta 7, yep, I'm on the right spot. You have no idea how excited I was to see this thing on a landing pad. I took this thing out when nobody believed in this ship, and I got it during the concept sale. It is by far my favorite ship, and I'm going to show you guys a few tricks on it, okay? Ah. So eventually I want two people in this ship. One for this chair and one for the pilot seat. I think that's the standard. It does have a bunk back here. It's got a few other things you can use in it. But I'm just going to show you the basic piloting operations for this ship because that's really what's available in the game right now. Once I can, I will show you all sorts of nice tricks with that chair. But right now we'll just work on this beginning steps that we've got. Alright, so we don't really even have to start the engines right away. We're just gonna have it powered on, so I can show you some tricks.
Anvil Aerospace, all systems online.
First thing I want to do, take down the shields.
Shields offline.
Second thing I want to do is take down the weapons.
Weapons offline.
Take a look at my IR signature. It just dropped a ton. It's gonna go all the way down. My EM is now 3 without the engines, okay? This, my friends, is how I plan on running this ship. Now we'll do the power distribution is not going to be towards weapons or towards shields. It's going to be basically towards engines. We want to fly the heck out of here if we ever need to. Right about there. Now our shields are up, our engines are up, and the weapons, who cares? Okay, so that is my standard loadout. I'm not here to beat people up. Now, if I need to run my shields, I can start them up really quick. Everything's good. My IR is 32 and my EM is 3. Now tell me that that's not good stealth. You move like this, and with your engines off and with everything off, and you're not worried about your your atmosphere, anything else, I'll tell you, your shields are going to pop up when you need them. Your engines are going to be useful when you need them. And the rest of it, you just have to be a pilot running stealth, okay? So nobody is going to really be able to detect you in this kind of format, okay? You are right now as invisible as you can possibly get. I tried to make it completely invisible where you had absolutely nothing. But when we're running the scanner, this is what we want to see, okay? So that way the scanner is going to be good. Now watch. You hit tab. Increase, decrease, scanning zone, increase, scanning zone. Strength of the scan. And then now we're scanning the area. Okay, now if you look over here, you're going to see all sorts of stuff. Now look, my IR and my EM are still the same. However, whenever you ping the server with a scan like that, I can bet you that something like a tracker or an Aquila or somebody hunting you down is going to see the signal of that scan come out. Alright, now let's turn on the engines and we'll see what it's like with the engines on, okay?
Engines online.
Alright, you're going to see the IR come up, right? The IR and the EM are now very high for what I'm going to be running. So let's show you the stealth mode on this sucker. Alright. Alright, where is it? There it is. See how it says suppress overall IR? No IR from this, no IR from that. But look, we're getting IR from this middle one. So we're going to suppress that guy. Now let's take a look at IRR. It should be as best as we can get it. Our EM is as best as we can get it. Alright, now let's see how she flies, okay? Alright. Check it out. IR of 223, EM of 702. My flight path is going at 210. Weapons online. We've got a miss freelancer nearby. We will avoid him. Alright, so this is our basic flight mode. EM is 750, IR is 232. When you fly one of these things, that's basically what you're going to have to look at. Okay, now we have a test here.
Shields online.
Shields online. See, thrusters low power. Everything's working on building up the shields. Okay, so I'm not going to be able to fly very well, but my shields will start coming online. Now you see eventually the shields come up. This is exactly why we don't want weapons at all. In fact, if I could, I wouldn't even have weapons on this thing whatsoever. It's just a waste of space. Okay, now our EM is 2000 and our IR is 5000. So we got to work on that IR suppression. Remember, when you turn on your shields, that's basically telling the enemy where you are. It's basically saying, hey, come fight me, I've got my shields up. Okay? So I'll put my shields up just so you can see the difference between having shields up and having shields down, but I can't stand having my shields up unless I absolutely have to have them up.
Shields offline.
So what I would suggest is putting your shields on overclock in this thing. So that way when you need the shields, they can come up real dang quick, okay? You want those shields to be immediately snap, snap, bust up shields. So what I'm gonna do with this ship when I get there is not worry about shields that have stealth, but worry about shields that can come up really quickly. So that way when I'm caught and I need the shields, I just power them up and get them to work. Alright, now our IR is back down to 305 and our EM is at 649. Now you tell me that this ship is going to be hard to detect out there, okay? It is awesome. Let's check our suppression. We no longer need to... Okay, so all of our suppression is good. Everything is working well. This is awesome. So now with this, what we would do is we would see what it would be like with our chair running, okay? Because that's going to be a different thing with IR and EM when our back support chair is online and we're gathering information. Because what we might want to do is power down our engines again by doing this. First, we mark our position. Stay standard, come down, and go completely quiet. This means that we are in a very vulnerable position, but this is how you gather intelligence from a vulnerable position. You are risking your life when you gather intelligence in these boats, okay? You're depending on the armor of your ship to protect you until you can get the hell out. So this is what I want you to understand with a Terrapin. This is the basic how you're going to run this ship. You're going to be looking for enemy ships, like this one's now 12 kilometers away. I'm cycling through targets. There's nothing else nearby. I am going to now ping the server. Alright, now we're going to gather as much intel as we can of the local area. Okay, so now we have pinged the server, and when we do that, we have to be patient. We have to be steadfast, and just let the intel come in, let our back guy on the scanner determine what that information is going to do, how we're going to respond to it, and what it's going to do for us. But I tell you, with an IR signature of 2 and an EM signature of 3, this boat is now secure. If we are in a good position where we're not in any kind of shipping lanes or any kind of way that anybody can see us directly, we are going to be invisible. And that's what I want you guys to learn today. So I think that's good enough. I'm going to go back and log out from my bed and call it a day. Thank you guys for listening to me with my basic on the Terrapin.